These things are, oh man, they smell good. These things are a win. They're absolutely delicious. You can eat them just out of the jar. Oh, that was a hot one. Take off kind of what I need, put the rest to compost, but I've got a bunch of other bell pepper plants in this grow that we need for canning later on in the season, so this thing's got to come out. So that's what's next. I'm going to chop this thing off, and then we'll get it upstairs, and we'll start cutting up some peppers. As for the main stock of this, I got to show you. This thing is insane. It's like, looks like a wood trunk of a tree. And you can see by the size of my hand on there, this thing's just an absolute monster. It's done good. No complaints. Sriracha pepper. Quite happy with the results of that in my grow. But as you can see now, the rest of my grow looks a whole heck of a lot better. And those other bell peppers for canning later on in the season for making salsa have a chance of not being outcompeted completely by this thing. Alright, so this is what we're left with for peppers, and as you can see, I only kept the best of the best. There's still a ton of small peppers and stuff that's a little bit deformed, misshapen, or just halfway through the growth phase, so I'm just going to leave those. That's going to go into my compost. These are the ones I'm going to use to can. Alright, so now that you've got all your peppers, it's time to give them a quick wash. Make sure any flower petals or any loose debris is cleaned up. Also give them a little squeeze and make sure our peppers are firm. And we got good quality. That's just following the instructions that I found online. So I will try two variations of this. One of them I'm just going to stick the whole peppers in the jar and then cover them with vinegar. And the other one I'm actually going to slice them up and then chuck them in with vinegar. And probably a third one as well, because I do have a lot of peppers here. They do taste good and I don't like to waste. Now these jars were sanitized and they went through the dishwasher. They came out totally clean. So that's how I think they're going to work. Optionally, for canning, you should probably boil these things, and that would be even better yet. So you do whatever feels right for you. This is what I'm going to do. And at the time you're going to watch this video, I won't even get a chance to taste these things yet. So once I give it at least a month in the jar, I will leave a comment. I'll pin it. It'll be the first comment you see down below about what my thoughts are on how this worked. I will try some sliced this way as well to see if that makes any difference or if I like that any better or worse. You could quarter these and you can cut these however you like. This is personally just how I'm going to do it, because I know that I'm going to be eating at least this much or a couple of these circles if I'm going to be taking them out of the jar. And the last thing we got to do is just cover them up with vinegar and put a lid on it. Now you do want at least 5% acid content vinegar, and that's to make sure that they do preserve. These are supposed to last a year or longer like this. They will never get the pop. Something to keep in mind. Looks pretty cool. The smell is absolutely delicious. I love vinaigrettes and I love peppers, so this is pretty awesome. I actually am really looking forward to trying this. And if nothing else, man, they just look good in the jar, don't they? And I was worried I was going to run out of vinegar, and I still have some more, so I'm going to make some more jars. And that way it gives me a chance to sample them and not worry if I really like these things that they're going to go bad. You know, that's just so dang easy. I don't know if I can believe that this is almost too good to be true. I'm a little bit old-fashioned. I grew up with canning had to be in a canner, pressure cooked. Everything's got to be boiled and whatever. So just doing vinegar and hot peppers, I'm very curious. Now, it did also mention in the ingredients not to add any salt, seasonings, or flavors. Just stick with the peppers. If you add any seasonings, to actually go ahead and can. So maybe it's something to do with how the chemistry of this works. I don't know. I think it'll be really good if it does end up turning out. And at the time of this video, today is June the 26th. So in July 26th, I'll open up the first jar of 2024. I will leave that in the comment and I'll let you know how it ended up turning out. And then I'll also give you a feedback once the jars go bad, so anybody else looking at this video kind of has a rough idea. Hopefully it'll end up turning out. So today is October the 17th, and these peppers, we've been using them. As you can see, my first jar is just about empty. So a couple of things that I will say: if you do like vinaigrettes and you do like any kind of pickles, these things are, oh man, they smell good. These things are a win. They're absolutely delicious. You can eat them just out of the jar. Oh, that was a hot one. You just take a whole one and chuck it on top of your salad. Or great on nachos, that's what we've been using. Dice them up fine. Olive Garden, I can thank you for getting me hooked on these spicy kind of pickled peppers. So all of these peppers turned out, whether I sliced them the short way to kind of make the rings, or if I sliced them down the middle, that was fine. Whole peppers also worked. So you do whatever works best for you or your canning method.